รอเคนมาพบกับเกมเวทมนต์กันครับเป็นเกมที่ออกมานานออกมาใหม่นะต่อจากพาร์ทเดิมพาร์ทที่หนึ่งต่อจากพาร์ทที่หนึ่งอันนี้มันก็เป็นพาร์ทที่สองเอาเป็นพาร์ทที่สองเดี๋ยวมาเริ่มเล่นกันเลยก็แล้วกันขอปรับเสียงใหม่ก่อนโอเคเดี๋ยวโอเคเริ่มกันเลยอ่ะมาพาร์ทเดิมเราเล่นได้เดี๋ยวจอยไม่ค่อยดีเท่าไหร่เนี่ยจอยไลฟ์สไตล์โอเคเดี๋ยวใช้ไปก่อนแล้วต้องเอาประตูทางนู้นอันนี้เป็นภาษาไทยวิ่งวิ่งก่อนคิดว่ากำลังการแนะนำโอเคมาถึงแล้วตรงนู้นแนะนำตัวกับให้เราไปแนะนำตัวแล้วก็เดียวนี่หว่าเด็กพวก
Can I help you?
Like that poor man from the ministry.
Ah, you're the new 5th year.
Thank you.
Not everyone has a ministry escort.
He was a friend of Professor Figgs who merely joined us for the ride.
Still, impressive. Dreadful way to go, poor fellow. Glad you and Fig are all right.
ทางที่น่ากลัวไปเพื่อนที่สงสารที่ใจดี
It was dreadful, certainly, but quite an experience nonetheless.
Interesting perspective. How did you and Fig manage to escape?
It's all still a bit of a blur, to be honest.
Didn't mean to press. You just get yourself settled. We can talk more later.
It was nice meeting you, Sebastian. I'll let you get back to your book.
Nice meeting you too. Good luck today.
แนะนำตัวเสร็จแล้ว1คนต่อไปอีก2คนตรงนู้นนี่เป็นโรงเรียนเวทมนต์ของเรา
If you do that, you'll lose. Trust me. Ugh, not going to move there, are you?
Here, watch this.
Don't say I didn't warn you.
Checkmate.
Told you. They should have listened to me. Ah, I know who you are. You're the new Slytherin, the one who barged in with Professor Fig last night. Interesting tactic on your first day, taking all the attention away from the first years. I'm Imelda, by the way. Shame I wasn't with you and Fig. I could have lured that dragon away. My skills on a broom are legendary.
นี่ก็คือเขาบอกว่าฉันชื่ออีเบลต้าน่าเสียดายที่ฉันไม่ได้มาอยู่กับคุณและพีทฉันล่อมังกรนั้นออกไปแล้วทักษะของฉันเกี่ยวกับเอาเป็นเราจัดการมันไปแล้ว
We handled it, and I think you're underestimating the nature of a dragon. A broom would have been kindling.
Ha! Not the way I fly. Perhaps one of these days I'll show you a thing or two about flying. I can teach you more than Kagawa ever could. Speaking of which, I'd like to get in some time on my broom before classes.
พูดถึงเรื่องนี้คุณอยากจะใช้เวลาบนไม้กวาดก่อนเข้าเรียนดูเหมือนว่าคุณจะรู้เรื่องหมาพ่อมดนี้
Are you a keen Wizard chess fan? You knew that boy was going to lose the match.
Not really. Much too sedate a pastime for me. Also, it's simply not that challenging. The moves are always so obvious. Why does no one else see it?
Do you have a lot of time to fly during school?
I make the time. There's nothing like swerving through the spires of the castle and around the Quidditch pitch to clear the mind.
Goodbye, Imelda.
Nice meeting you.
เคเสร็จแล้ว1คนแล้วก็อีกเลยคนหนึ่งเป็นกระจกหรืออะไรเนี่ยดูกระจกสิไหนดูสิข้างนอกมีอะไรเนี่ยโอ้ไม่มีอะไรเลยมีแต่ต้นไม้แค่นี้โอเคพูดคุยกับมีนิส
I think I heard one.
Doubt mermaids find us that interesting. Ah, based on all the chatter when you entered the common room, I'm guessing you're the new 5th year. I'm Ominous. Ominous Gaunt.
Nice to meet you, Ominous.
Well, you certainly had a memorable arrival.
ไม่แน่ใจว่ามาถึงยังจดจำชอบ
Well, if I'm going to make my mark here, I had to start right away.
You're definitely in the right house. Do let me know if I can be of any help as you navigate your first days here, though I doubt you'll need it.
ชุดเราจะ
Thank you, Ominous. Very nice to meet you.
Pleasure was all mine. Don't be a stranger.
Is the new 5th year Slytherin in here? Professor Weasley's waiting for you just by the stairs.
เกไปตรงนู้นเพื่อพบศาสตราจารย์วิสบอกห้องนั่งเล่นที่ห้องนั่งเล่นให้เราไปที่ห้องนั่งเล่นขี่มาแล้วแม่โตเราไปตรงนู้นไม่ขึ้นไปข้างบนก็ให้ไปตรงนู้นโอเคเราวิ่งให้เราวิ่งขึ้นไปข้างบนศาสตราจารย์อยู่เนี่ยเกมมาแล้วเกมนี้มันน่าจะมีเควส
Good
แน่ครับ
morning. I trust you're ready for your first day at Hogwarts.
I've been dreaming of this day for a long time. Can't believe I'm here.
Well, you are here. Make the most of it. You only have one first day at Hogwarts. Now, in light of your unique situation, joining us as a 5th year,
เข้ารอบในปี
you'll
ที่
need
5
to
คุณ
catch
จะต้อง
up with your
ติดต่อ
classmates
เพื่อน
and
และ
not
ไม่
fall
ต้อง
behind. Especially
โดยเฉพาะ
as you'll
อ
be
ย่าง
expected to
ยิ่ง
complete
ออก
your OWLs at the end of the year.
OWLs. Owls.
Yes, your ordinary
Hi.
wizarding level exams.
ส่วน
They will determine what type of career you can have when you leave here. After much discussion with the headmaster and the Department of Magical Education at the Ministry, we've devised something extraordinary to ensure your success.
หนังสืออะไร
Here you are.
นี่อยู่นี่ไงโอ้หนังสือมีปิวไปหมดแล้วหนังสืออะไรหนังสือเวทมนต์
What is it?
มันคือ
It
อะ
is
ไร
a wizard's field guide.
ประเมินการของ
It
พ่อ
will
มด
help
มัน
you
น่า
to
จะ
keep
ช่วย
track
ติด
of
ตาม
what
ผู้
you are
เรียนรู้
learning
เพื่อ
so that you
เชี่ยวชาญ
master
ในสิ่ง
all that's
ในปี
expected of
5
a 5th year. You would be wise
คุณ
to
ควร
take
ใช้
full
ประโยชน์
advantage
กับ
of
สิ่ง
this
ทรัพยากรที่
exceptionally
มีค่า
valuable
พิเศษอย่าง
resource.
เต็มที่เห็นแล้วได้หนัง
Thank
สื
you,
อ
Professor, but
คุณศาสตรา
what
จาร
do
ย์
you
แต่หมาย
mean
ค
it
วามว่า
will
อะไร
keep track of what I'm learning?
สิ่งที่ฉันเรียนรู้
Perhaps seeing it in action will answer any questions you may have. Walk with me and we shall put it to the test.
โอเค
This way.
นี่เป็นให้ตามไปเลยเดี๋ยวดูของอะไรอยู่นี่โอ้
I certainly
Oh,
would have appreciated something like the field
okay.
guide when I was a student. Using the guide will also train you to be alert to your surroundings. The guide will give you opportunities to practice your magic and educate yourself about wizarding lore. Do keep up.
ให้เราเดินตามไม่ให้ทัน
Why don't
Oh,
you cast
hello.
Revelio on that
No, no.
statue and see what details the field guide can provide?
นี่คืออะไรตรงเนี้ย มาแล้วนี่
Lumos. Protego.
ข้ามมาเองแต่แป๊บหนึ่งดูก่อนสิเนาะศาสตราจารย์นี่ว่าพ่อมดนี่คือเสียงหนังสือเหรอ อ๋อ นี่คือรูปปั้นที่แสดงของปีศาจเนี่ยอะไรไม่รู้นะมันเกินการเอา ตัวปั้นมังกรอะไรปีศาจเลยกด E เพื่อความคืบหน้าเปิดข้อมูลสอบสนามก็กดผิดนี่กด A กดตอนนี้ต้องเลือกอันไหนอันเนี้ยกด A เพื่อดำเนินการ B O คีย์ตามไป
Clever, isn't it? Keep your eyes open for more opportunities like that, inside and outside of the castle.
อะไรอยู่ไหนโอ้งูตัวใหญ่ตรงนี้อะไรอยู่เนี่ยทันหา
Good timing.
เวลาที่ดี
Perfect opportunity to show you how to use flue flames to get around a bit quicker. Your field guide contains a map of the castle. Open it up and find Central Hall.
นี่คือเปิดแผนที่นี่มีแผนที่ตรงนี้ก็มาตรงไหนตรงเขียวเปิดแล้วไงต่อ DO รอกรอบตอนที่มาเลยก็แล้วกัน
Directly to Central Hall.
ตอนนี้ก็มาแล้ว
You can get almost anywhere in the castle quickly from Central Hall. Always something happening here. It's the heart of the hive, our King's Cross station, so to speak.
My sister will be home for the holidays this year.
ดีมาตรงนี้ไงต่อ
That should be all for now. You'll be expected to attend both Charms and Defense Against the Dark Arts classes today. And I'd like to be sure you get to Hogsmeade as soon as possible to replace the supplies you lost on the way here.
You mentioned Hogsmeade, Professor.
Hogsmeade is the only all-wizarding village in Britain and is home to an array of shops and pubs. You should be able to find all of the school supplies you require in Hogsmeade. You will also, I imagine, enjoy many a butterbeer there with friends in due course.
Can you tell me more about the Defense Against the Dark Arts class?
Defense Against the Dark Arts, as the name implies, focuses on how to defend oneself against the evils that lurk beyond these walls. A mastery of Defense Against the Dark Arts is required for those who aspire to become auras. Fortunately, we are lucky to have the ever-gifted Professor Hecat in charge of our students' education in that regard.
What will I learn in Charms class?
Exactly what you might expect. Spells, charms, jinxes, all terribly useful. I think you will enjoy Professor Ronan. He's a clever and entertaining wizard, and a talented teacher.
Thank you, Professor Weasley.
A lot to absorb on your first day, and you have much to learn. Happily, your professors have agreed to create additional assignments for you outside of class. You'll be up to speed in no time. Judging by your adept use of Revelio earlier, I'd say Professor Fig succeeded in at least showing you the basics.
He did, Professor.
He's been terribly vague as to the events preceding your arrival, specifically about what happened after that awful dragon attack. My suspicion is that there's more to the story than a search for belongings and an extended trip up to the castle.
แต่สงสัยว่าเรื่องราวการประกวดของพวกเขาจะเดินแบบประสบ
We did take a bit of a detour on the way here. Ended up exploring some ruins and... I shouldn't say more.
Exploring ruins? Well, I presume Professor Fig has his reasons for keeping the details to himself for now. Speak of the devil, Professor Fig. Your ears must have been burning.
Oh?
Yes. You seem to have provided our new fifth year with a solid foundation in the basics of spellcasting.
Ah, I'm afraid I can't take all the credit there, Professor. They've a rare aptitude for magic, it seems.
Well, I'm just glad you both arrived in one piece. Perfectly good boats and carriages to Hogwarts, and you chose to fly in the path of a dragon.
I wouldn't say I chose the dragon's path, Professor. Rather unfortunately, it would seem that it chose us.
Very well. Enough chit-chat. I need to get to class myself. Might I rely on you, Professor Fig, to explain the details of the field guide's map?
Of course.
Thank you. Good luck today. And remember to use your field guide. It will be invaluable to you. And invaluable to me, as I'll be using it to keep up to date on your progress.
Yes, Professor.
Come and find me in my classroom after you've attended both classes today, and I'll explain more about those assignments I mentioned. And we'll see if we can't get you to Hogsmeade for those supplies.
เสร็จแล้วไอ้โน่นต่ออีกตามอาจารย์คุยไม่คุยเยอะจังเลย
It's good to see you, Professor.
And you. I was hoping our paths would cross today, before you immersed yourself in studies. Did I hear you and Professor Weasley talking about exploring ruins?
She caught me off guard. I didn't tell her anything else about our travels here. I will say, I think she suspects we're not being entirely forthcoming.
Yes, well, Professor Weasley is a brilliant and astute witch. It was right to keep the details to yourself for now. We don't know where this path we've embarked upon will lead. It may require a bit more flexibility with your time than she would approve of. And she may feel obliged to share details with the headmaster that would be better left between us.
Understood, Professor.
Good. Now, as capable as you are, I believe the ability you possess obliges you to be well trained. Happily, you have the benefit of an exceptionally skilled team of witches and wizards to guide you. Speaking of guides, and so that I may avoid another not-so-subtle reproof from Professor Weasley, why don't I show you the clever enchantment we included in the field guide's map? Unfold it and have a look.
เสร็จแล้วเอาไปนู่นต่ออีกภารกิจโอเคเดี๋ยวเราไปทำมาติดตามเพื่อนได้ไหมเปิดแผนที่เควสอะไรครับเรามาดับโอเคเราไปทำเควสห้องซูมเข้าไปสิเควสแรกอันเนี้ยเควสตรงนี้คือวิชาป้องกันดาวซามืดแห่งชั้นเรียนก่อนดาวแล้วเควสอันเนี้ยชั้นสนีเที่ยวอันนี้ก่อนก็ได้อ๋อมาแล้ว
The map is enchanted to help you find your
This will be
way.
incredibly helpful. Thank you.
Now, sounds like you've quite a day ahead, what with classes and a trip to Hogsmeade for supplies, including your own wand. You'll enjoy Mr. Ollivander. He's an exceptional craftsman and a good friend. I shall reach out when I have more information about our mysterious locket. For now, focus on your classes and pay attention. More than your owls may hinge on the magic you are able to master within these walls.
ขี่มาแล้วไปนู่นต่อ ตอนนี้เราได้ปลดล็อกค่าทายผ่านภารกิจสำเร็จภารกิจฮอฟวีไปยังไงเนี่ยไปยังไงวะเนี่ยเก็บประตูนี้ไปไม่ได้เราต้องไปทางไหนมดไปไม่ได้แหลกเกมแหลกมากขี่เปิดแล้วประตูโอ้เกมนี้เป็นอะไรเนี่ยสวนอะไรเนี่ยสวนย้อนใจนะครับสาธารณะในโรงเรียนอ๋อเป็นโคตรแหลกเลยเกมอะไรเนี่ยโอ้เกไปข้างบนเอาไปเรียนก่อนเรียนเวทมนต์เกมไฟล์ค่อนข้างจะเยอะมากประมาณ80 GB ถ้าโหลดในสตรีมไม่รู้เท่าไหร่ไปยังไง
Lumos.
มา
Double you've got. Bombara.
เอาเลยลง
Professor Hecat!
Perhaps you'd be good enough to blast each other to pieces on your own time. I get new students every year, but I only have one Hebridean black skull. It was a token from the Great Poacher Raid of 1878. No doubt you've heard of it. Now, you may be asking yourself how an old woman like me single-handedly took out the largest poacher ring in eastern Wales and lived to boast about it. Knowledge. To the wise, age matters very little. Today we will review a spell that has saved me from death at the hands of dark wizards more times than I care to remember. Levioso.
Levioso? A levitation charm?
Levioso! A surprised opponent is a weak opponent. Care to defend yourself, Master Pruitt? No? One thing I've learned as an unspeakable is the value of simplicity, especially in the heat of battle. Now, let's practice what we've just learned, starting with something small.
Here, you don't have any. เอ้าไปไม่ทันทำไมโอเคทันแล้วนี่เป็นเรดิโอโซทำไมไอ้ไล่เวทให้ยกของยกขึ้น
Now, let's try something a little larger.
โอ้เหยียบโต๊ะนี่คืออะไร
Let us begin with the basic
ให้เรา
cost.
ทำไงยกของขึ้นโอ้ยใช้อันเนี้ยเลื่อนฐานครับยังไงอย่าป้องกันเข้าไปไม่ได้แล้ว
See how the dummy deflected your cast? This time, Cast Levioso first,
ถามใหม่
then
ว่า
the
ปลดล็อก
basic cast. Remember, a surprised opponent is a weak opponent, as Master Pruitt so artfully helped me demonstrate earlier.
Levioso.
Good. Now, the basic cast.
ตามหมดยังไง
Good. Now, the basic cast.
ก็เช่นรอยคาถากีโรง
Levioso.
Good. Now, the basic cast.
เบสิกมาก
Well
ฉีด
done.
ทำได้ดีก็สอนแล้วเล่นมั้งก็กดอันนี้ใหม่
Levioso.
Good. Now, the basic. Well done. Very good. But the best way to practice is by dueling. We'll start with you two. Duelists, take your marks.
Time for a proper Hogwarts welcome.
Now, I want a fair duel using only Levioso, basic cast, and Protego. You may begin.
Levioso.
Good form.
I know.
This can't be your first duel.
Let's just say
Levioso.
All the right students with us adept. I do enjoy a lively duel.
ถ้าเราเรียนแบบนี้เลย
Not bad for a beginner. You give as good as you get.
I put you on the spot, and you rose to the challenge. Points to Slytherin.
Thank you, Professor Hecat. Glad to have the opportunity to practice.
If what I've seen today is any indication, we can expect great things from you. I demand excellence from my students. They are capable of achieving it, and they must achieve it. A classroom duel is one thing, but battling dark wizards, or as ever more likely, goblins, is a different kettle of Grindylows entirely. So, I'd advise you to keep practicing whenever you can. Perhaps Mr. Sallow will have some ideas for you. Again, well done today. I shall reach out soon with additional assignments.
เสร็จแล้วภารกิจนี้
All
ต่อไปไปไหนต่อ
right.
เนี่ย
That's enough spectacle for one day. Class is just...
Nice work.
I enjoyed that.
Well, that duel was quite something. Everyone will be talking about it.
It was certainly good practice.
Practice? Felt more like I was dueling an expert. Didn't expect a new student to be so deft with a wand. Then again, perhaps this wasn't your first duel.
และอีกอย่างบางอย่างอาจได้ของคุณมันไม่เป็นไร
In fact, it was. Perhaps I have a knack for it.
Be coy if you like, but I know better. Magic requires intention and talent. You know, you might be a perfect fit for a certain exclusive, unsanctioned dueling organization.
ตัวน่าสนใจ
Exclusive and unsanctioned. Count me in.
Excellent. Knew I was right about you. If you want to get the most out of your time at Hogwarts, you're going to need to break the rules now and then. Whether it's joining a secret dueling club, or sneaking into the restricted section of the library, you just have to be clever enough not to get caught.
Thank you, Sebastian. I'll keep that in mind.
Good. Pleasure chatting with you. I'm sure I'll see you soon. Perhaps somewhere unsanctioned? We'll see if your performance today was sheer luck or actual skill. Look for Luke and Brattleby near the clock tower entrance. If you're interested.
เสร็จแล้วคุยเสร็จแล้วไปไหนต่อไอ้เนี่ย
Till next time.
เอเซนนี่เป็นภาพอะไรเนี่ยมีภาษามีรูปตาคนเดียวนี่เป็นภาพเกี่ยวกับน่าจะเป็นเกี่ยวกับคาถาเวทมนต์แน่นอนไปรอทำภารกิจเควสต่อขึ้นไปข้างบนลิฟต์สมัยก่อนไม่มีลิฟต์ประเทศนี้ลิฟต์โรงแรมนี้ไม่มีสิต้องเดินขึ้นบันไดอย่างเดียวคีย์ในรูปซิอะไรเนี่ยได้ฟันเอา
Let us keep our heads about this.
โอ้อะไรนี่อะไรเนี่ยมาถึงยังวะเนี่ยต้องเข้าไปในห้องกล่องอยู่ตรงไหนไม่มีกล่องอยู่แถวนี้เข้าไปในห้องข้างบนนี่หว่าเราต้องขึ้นไปข้างบนอีกเพราะว่าชั้นนี้ก็สุดแล้วนึกว่าสุดแล้วเพื่อนของเราที่เรียนโรงเรียนนะครับชั้นปี 5มีเลือดไหมถ้าไม่มีปี 5
We sometimes have to remind him to finish the lesson.
Don't have the galleons to actually buy anything.
ปี 5เราต้องขึ้นปี 6เลยครับ
Here, behind you. There is an open seat here.
Thank you.
Hello, I am Nettie. So you are the new student. Have you met Professor Ronan yet?
Shall we begin? Welcome to Year 5 of Charms. Now, this will be a crucial year in your education on the art of charm work. But I am confident that we will take hold with the passion and rigor requisite of such a challenge. Right, now everyone please open your textbooks to page 517. But before we begin, can anyone here tell me the difference between the incantations of the color change and growth charms? Anyone? Anyone? I am afraid it is too late to study now. My, the summer months must have really taken a toll on you all. By the looks of it, you all spent your holidays practicing Obliviate on one another. Do you even remember how to perform a basic summoning charm? Well, it seems that we are in dire need of review. Everyone get into pairs and take positions on opposite sides of the classroom. Now let's put those textbooks to use as the blunt objects you so believe they are, and take turns summoning them out of one another's hands. Only one book will be needed per partnership, Miss Dale. Thank you. Get into place now.
พร้อมที่จะเรียนนะมานี่คืออันนี้ก็ต้องจะขึ้นก็ต้องขึ้นอีกทำไมวะตัวอะไรก็ขึ้นมาแล้วนี่คือปลดล็อกคาถาเวทมนต์ใหม่Axio นี่คือ Axio
That is not bad.
You are a swift learner. I see a lot of potential, but remember, potential is nothing without practice. Keep at it. You might just rival Miss Onai here. Very good, everyone. That's enough of that. Well, as you all seem to have the basics down, and it is an exceptionally lovely day, I was thinking that we might have ourselves a little excursion outside for a spot of fresh air. After me.
นี่เป็นอะไรโอเคครับก็ไปตอนที่
As I'm sure the So, what better than a bit of sport to put our prowess with the summoning charm to the test, right? So why don't we have our newest student start us off? Eh?
ตอนนี้ยอมเราออกมาข้างนอกนี่คือซักซิโอคาถาใหม่ปลดล็อก
on one of the spheres and relinquish your charm at the last possible moment. Now, think of this like gobstones, if you will, but instead of throwing the marbles out, you are summoning them toward you. The trick is to pull this. That happens to the best of us. Excellent. Don't lose your composure. Very good.
ดีมาก
Very good. Points to Slytherin. But there's certainly no sport in playing without some friendly competition. Miss Onai, would you care to give our new student a bit of a challenge? Come on up. You'll be the blues just as before, and Miss Onai, you are playing red. Clear?
Yes, sir.
โอเคต่อไป
Watch this.
เลี้ยงลูกนี่
That is how it's done.
ครับ
Happens to the best of us.
Let us see this.
อ้าวทำไมเราได้ศูนย์ 50สีฟ้าเอาเท่าไหร่30เมื่อกี้เรากดเกินนะเราก็เลยได้น้อยเราต้องกดแป๊บเดียวอ๋อได้ศูนย์อีกแล้วโอ้มันเกินออกมาก็ต้องได้ศูนย์อยู่แล้วเวสไนท์เป็นผู้ชนะคนบันเอิญดีลืมกดแช่ไปมั้งก็เลยได้แค่3-4แล้วลูกเดียวเก่งมาก
I know everyone is watching.
Let us make this a bit more interesting, shall we?
อยากลองไหมให้ลองใหม่ไม่ได้แน่นอนโอเคให้ลองใหม่นี่คือห้ามโดน
I think we are well past
เพราะเรา
at this point.
วิสไนท์ครับกดก็คือคะแนนน้อยสุด10 50เยอะสุด
Watch this.
เขาสีแดงเกมเราไม่ต้องรีบ
There we go.
โอ้เขาลั่นเก่งเนี่ยเกมเราก็ได้50
Splendid.
นี่อันใหม่ไม่ชนเลยนี่หว่าโอ้ย54
Brilliant. Let us see this. That is how it's done.
ต่อโอ้แพ้เขานายชนะ
Don't lose your composure.
Not exactly your
Very
typical
good,
lesson,
both of
is
you.
it?
Well
Not
done.
that I mind.
ชมมาแล้วดีมาไปตอนที่
Things on the way out.
ดี
Well done back there. You took the loss in stride. Didn't want to go too easy on you. Took me weeks to become proficient with Accio. Took weeks for me to get anything right when I transferred here. It gets easier, I promise.
That's good to hear. It's a lot to take in all at once.
To put it lightly, I remember how I felt when I first arrived. I transferred here from Ouagadougou just before my 4th year. My mother received an offer to teach divination here. Before I knew it, we had left Uganda and were halfway around the world at a new school in a new country.
This may seem an odd question, but is magic the same there as it is here?
Mostly, yes. But I did have to learn how to use a wand when I arrived here. Hardly anyone at Ouagadougou uses one.
ส่วนใหญ่ใช่แต่ฉันต้องเรียนรู้กายสิทธิ์คนนี้น่าจะเก่งน่ารู้ชนะเรา
You can cast spells without a wand.
I find wandless magic to be much more instinctive. Not to mention quite convenient if one is without their wand. I must admit, however, that I am growing quite fond of using a wand. It seems very dramatic.
ขอบคุณก็แล้วกัน
It's nice to learn about another wizarding school.
Thank you for asking. I do miss Ouagadougou, but I am glad to be here at Hogwarts. I think Professor Ronan wants to talk to you. Better not keep him waiting. Until next time.
ที่เทส
Of course, you can use
มันกำลังใจหมดแล้วตอบได้คะแนนน้อยเนี่ยโอเคป่ะ
You'd be using it on clothing, to be precise, Sebastian.
You wanted to speak with me, Professor?
I did. I trust your first charms lesson lived up to expectation.
Well, an outdoor competition wasn't exactly the lesson I was expecting, sir.
What charm is there in the expected? Miss Onai is a talented witch. Take it in stride. One often gains the most from the battles one has lost.
Of course, Professor. It was a challenging match.
Miss Onai is always a fierce competitor, though I sense that she is a bit distracted of late. Now, Professor Weasley has asked that your professors give you instruction outside of the ordinary curriculum. Expect to hear from me soon regarding a special assignment that I am preparing for you.
Yes, sir. เลขเสร็จสมบูรณ์ชั้นดีต่อไปเป็นภารกิจอะไร2 รอบ10ประสบการณ์อันนี้เราเวล2
Hello there. You're the new student, aren't you?
กล้องไม่ได้ตรงนี้ โอเคค่ะต่อไปเราไปตรงนู้นดูแผนที่สิ
Werewolves, where were you? In the Goblin Rebellion?
อ๋อไม่ใช่ทางคีย์ไหน
Handy resource
ต้อง
indeed.
เรียนเพลงอะไรเนี่ย
What about the room, Professor?
I was thinking the same thing, Deke. Perhaps you could help.
Oh, excuse, Deke.
Ah, there you are. I trust your first classes went well?
They did, Professor.
I heard as much from Professors Hecat and Ronan. Seems Professor Fig taught you quite a bit during your brief detour near... what was it you said? Some ruins? I'd wager there's a good deal more to your travels here than what you've told me. Isn't there?
Have you and Professor Fig not discussed my training?
He continues to be reticent about the details, mentioning only a few spells. Revelio, was it? And Lumos?
That's correct, Professor.
I see. Like trying to get a sonnet from a streeler. Regardless, you must continue to build upon what you've learned. In that regard, I've asked your professors to help hasten your progress with some extra assignments.
Professor Ronan did mention something about that.
In fact, Professor Ronan will meet you outside momentarily to assign your first one. Now, regarding the trip to Hogsmeade I mentioned earlier. We've arranged to replace the supplies lost on your way here, including seeds, potion recipes, and spellcrafts.
Thank you, Professor.
And Mr. Ollivander will connect you with the perfect wand. You've managed your classes well with a borrowed wand, but you'll find the magic you cast with your own wand to be far superior.
I'm eager to get to Hogsmeade.
Very well. I'd like you to make your first visit to the village with a classmate. Help you get your bearings. Perhaps Sebastian Sallow or Natsai Onai. I've noticed you spending time with them.
I'd like to go with Natty.
Excellent choice. Miss Onai is one of our most talented students. And she knows the area. She'll keep you well clear of any of Victor Rookwood's undesirables en route.
Rookwood?
A rather unsavory local. Best to avoid him and his associates, including his right hand of sorts, Theophilus Harlow, if you can. Once you've finished Professor Ronan's assignment, your friend will meet you at the castle doors. No time to waste. The sooner you complete your work, the sooner you can enjoy a butterbeer at the Three Broomsticks.
เสร็จแล้วไปตรงนู้นต่ออีกถ้าเราไปตรงนู้นประตูศาสตราจารย์ได้เพิ่มรับงานได้ของคุณมอบหมายให้ศาสตราจารย์โอเคมาถ้าเราไปตรงนู้นเนี่ยแมวเล่นได้ไหมแมวทำไมลูกแมวสิ
Ah, there you are.
เอาอะไรรายงานอาจารย์นูเนตโอเค
You have a new spell to teach me, Professor.
Indeed I do, and an exceedingly useful one at that, the mending charm Reparo. Fixes things right up, makes a broken object good as new in the blink of an eye.
It seems as if that might come in handy.
More frequently than one would imagine. As Professor Weasley mentioned, I am not the only one who will be teaching you spells outside of class in an effort to catch you up with your peers. A number of your professors have agreed to do so as well, but first, each shall ask that you complete a few preliminary tasks to hone your magic. I have arranged some for today. See them through and then report back to me. We will have you casting Reparo in no time.
I'll start on the task right away, Professor. This is the right area. I wonder where the flying page is.
เราทำอะไรรวบรวมอะไรครับบ้านนี่เหรออ๋อนี่
Levioso.
นี่คือเก็บแล้วแล้วก็ที่สองออกหนังสือไปไหนแตกแล้ว
Lumos. Levioso.
เก็บป่ะอันที่หนึ่งก็ปั้นที่สองมาดูมองปั้นที่สองน่าอยู่ตรงนี้ต้องทำไงกัน
Accio. Lumos. Levioso.
ภาพรวมหน้าบีให้ไปทำให้ถึงตรงนี้ด้วยไม่ทำไง
Protego. Lumos. Accio. Levioso. Lumos. Accio.
นี่ต้องทำไงเดี๋ยวปั้นรวบรวมแล้วก็ทำ
Protego.
อย่างนี้หรือเปล่า
Accio. Levioso.
ทำไงวะเนี่ยโอเคเดี๋ยวมาแป๊บนึงเมื่อกี้นี้เขาให้เก็บหนังสือแล้วก็ไปตรงนี้ต่อหนังสือก็คือกดตรงนี้มองขึ้นไปแล้วก็กดตรงนี้เปิดประตูสินี่คืออันต่อไป
A flying page must be around here somewhere.
นี่คือให้ทำอะไรตรงนี้รวบรวมนักบินศาสตราจารย์
Accio. Levioso. Lumos. Protego. Lumos.